Good morning, everyone. Today we will start with a new chapter of class 11th biology. The name of the chapter is Mineral Nutrition, and the main objectives that we will cover in this video includes that what is the need for mineral elements, essential mineral elements, criteria of essentiality of elements, classification of essential elements, hydroponics or water culture experiments. Then we will discuss about deficiency symptoms of mineral elements. Before starting with the chapter, we must know what is mineral nutrition and what is the need for mineral nutrition. Mineral nutrition is the study of source, mode of absorption, distribution, and metabolism of various inorganic substances such as minerals by plants for their growth, development, structure, physiology, and reproduction. Living organisms require a large number of macromolecules such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, water, and minerals in order to grow and develop. Thus, the inorganic substances or minerals that provide nourishment to the living organisms or work as a raw material for body building and maintaining its normal functions are termed as mineral nutrients. And the mode of taking all these required nutrients is called mineral nutrition. Nutrients are basically classified into two main subtypes: organic nutrients and inorganic nutrients. The product of photosynthesis are considered as organic nutrients that include starch, etc., while those absorbed by the roots via various methods are known as inorganic nutrients. Mineral requirements of plants was determined by the culture experiment developed by a prominent German botanist Julius von Sachs for the first time. Essential mineral elements. Essential elements are those which have structural or physiological role and without which plants are unable to complete their life cycle. Plants can absorb most of the minerals present in the soil. More than 60 minerals present in the soil have been recorded essential in plants out of 105 discovered so far. Apart from all these elements, some plants accumulate other elements also that are heavy and toxic in nature, such as silicon, cobalt, selenium, and gold. Some other plants growing near nuclear test sites are also accumulating radioactive elements like strontium. However, techniques had developed in order to detect the mineral even in very low concentration, that is 10 microgram per ml. Thus, all the elements found in plants are not essential for plant growth and development. Criteria for essentiality of elements. Plants may accumulate several elements which are not required by them and do not have any function. They are absorbed and accumulated by the plant simply because they are present in the soil. The essentiality of a mineral element for plants can be judged by the following criteria. The element must be absolutely essential for normal growth and development and reproduction of the plant. That is, in the absence of a particular element, the plant becomes unable to complete its normal life cycle. Requirement of the particular element in appropriate amount must be specific and it should not be replaced by any other element. That is, if the deficiency of one element occurs, it should not be fulfilled by the addition of some other element. The element must be involved directly in the functioning and metabolism of the plant. For instance, magnesium, an essential element, fulfills the above mentioned criteria. It is a constituent of chlorophyll molecule and is essential for photosynthesis. It cannot be replaced by any other element for that function. It is also needed as cofactor by many enzymes involved in cellular respiration and other metabolic pathways. Classification of essential mineral elements. Essential elements occur in different proportions in plants. On the basis of the criteria of essentiality, some elements have been found to be absolutely essential for the normal and better growth, metabolism, and development of plants. These elements have been further classified into two categories on the basis of quantitative requirements. First one is macronutrients. These are the elements generally found in plant tissues in large amount, that is in excess of
around 10 millimole per kilogram
or 10 milligram per gram of dry matter, and also called major elements. These elements are generally involved in the synthesis of organic molecules and development of osmotic potential. These are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Out of all these elements, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen are obtained from carbon dioxide and water, while other are obtained from soil. Next one is micronutrients. These are the elements generally found in traces or very minute quantities.
that is less than 10 millimole per kilogram or less than 0.1 milligram of dry matter.
Micronutrients are generally 8 in number and includes iron, magnesium, copper, molybdenum, zinc, boron, chlorine, and nickel. These are mostly involved in the functioning of enzymes as cofactors or activators of metals. Based on the diverse functions of essential elements, these are also categorized into four other categories given below as the constituents of biomolecules. These are essential components of biomolecules, hence are known as structural elements of cells, for example, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Next category is of energy related chemical compounds. Some elements also functions in providing energy to the cell. For example, phosphorus, that is a component of ATP, which functions as an energy currency of all the living systems, while magnesium is the component of chlorophyll, which is involved in the conversion of light energy into chemical energy. The next category is as a part of enzymes showing catalytic effect. Many of the essential elements are required in the form of cofactors by enzyme that mainly includes micronutrients. They functions as the activator or inhibitor of enzymes. For example, magnesium acts as an activator of several enzymes in both photosynthesis, carboxylase, phosphoenol pyruvate, and respiration, while zinc acts as an activator of alcohol dehydrogenase and molybdenum of nitrogenase during the course of fixation of nitrogen. As the element altering osmotic potential, some of the essential elements also alter the osmotic potential. Most of the osmotic potential of the cell is due to the inorganic salt that mainly includes sodium and potassium. Osmotic potential is necessary for the absorption of water and maintaining turgidity of cell. Role of mineral ions in plants. An element can play three types of role in a plant: structural, electrochemical, and catalytic. Structural role includes its involvement in the formation of various components of the cell, while electrochemical role involves balancing of ionic charges and stabilization of proteins and other molecules. Catalytic role is its involvement as coenzyme or cofactor in the enzymatic reactions. Most of the micronutrients plays catalytic role. The essential elements perform several important functions. Most important of them are given below. First of all is regulation of permeability of cell membrane, then is maintenance of osmotic potential of the cell sap. Some of them take part in the electron transport system. Others function in buffering action, enzymatic activity, and also function as a major constituent of macromolecules and coenzymes. Then is hydroponics or soilless culture. In 1860, Julius von Sachs, a prominent German botanist, demonstrated for the first time that plants could be grown to maturity in a defined nutrient solution in complete absence of soil. Hydroponics is the study of growing plants without the use of soil but by the use of an inert medium such as gravel, sand, peat, vermiculite, pumice, or sawdust. to which a nutrient solution is added containing all essential elements needed by the plant for its normal growth and development. Thus, instead of the plant searching for the soil for minerals, it draws them directly from the water that they are being fed. Since many hydroponic method employs some type of medium that contains organic material like peat and sawdust, it is also known as soilless culture, while water culture alone is true hydroponics. The term hydroponics is used to describe the ways in which plants can be raised without soil. Until 1936, raising plant in nutrient solution in water was a practice restricted to laboratories, where it is used to facilitate the study of plant growth and root development. But nowadays, the technique is used commercially to grow vegetables, including root crops such as beets, radishes, and carrots, tomatoes, potatoes, and cereal crops. Hydroponic setup. In hydroponic plant production, plants are grown in a tube or trough that are placed in slightly inclined position. A pump is used to circulate the nutrient solution from the reservoir to the elevated end of the tube. Funnel is used for adding solution. Bent tube is used for aeration. The nutrient solution flows down due to gravity and returns to the reservoir of hydroponic setup. In this way, roots are bathed in aerated nutrient solution continuously. On conducting a series of experiments in which roots of the plants were immersed in nutrient solution by eliminating or adding an element in varied concentration, the mineral nutrition suitable for the growth of the plant was obtained. Result of hydroponics revealed the identification of essential elements for plant growth and also helps in discovering their deficiency symptom. Conditions that are necessary in hydroponics to achieve optimum growth. That includes the concentration of mineral nutrients that must be kept constant. The solution must be aerated adequately for proper growth and activities of root. pH of the solution is checked from time to time and corrections are made if necessary. Then is the uses of hydroponics. This technique has been successfully employed for commercial production of vegetables like tomatoes, seedless cucumber, lettuce, etc. and also in knowing the toxicity of plants if elements is present in high amount. It is also useful in determining the essential role of nutrients or mineral elements for the metabolism of plants. Deficiency symptoms of essential elements. When supply of essential elements becomes limited, plant growth is retarded. The concentration of essential elements below which the plant growth is retarded is also called as critical concentration. In the absence of any particular element, plant shows certain morphological changes. These morphological changes are called deficiency symptoms. The parts of the plant that show deficiency symptoms depends upon mobility of elements in the plants. Elements that are actively mobilized show deficiency in older regions. On the other hand, symptoms appears first in young regions if the elements are relatively immobile and are not transported out of the mature tissues. This is all for this video. Thank you everyone.